Hey guys, today we're going to talk about the Momo challenge, and we're going to see what YouTube has to say about that, and what my personal thoughts on the issue are. So let's get right into that. We'll start here with The Atlantic says Momo is not trying to kill children. Like eating Tide Pods and snorting condoms, the Momo challenge is a viral hoax. Well, I don't know that Tide Pods and condom snorting were a hoax. People were doing that and it was real, but I digress. That's just poor wording on their part. So here's, if you haven't seen, this is Momo. She's, the one causing all the problems all of a sudden. So let's go on and see why this is a hoax. On Tuesday afternoon, a Twitter user going by the name of Wanda Maximoff whipped out her iPhone and posted a terrifying message to parents. Warning, please read, this is This is real, she tweeted. There's a thing called Momo that's instructing kids to kill themselves. The attached screenshot of a Facebook post reads, inform everyone you can. Maximoff's plea has been retweeted more than 22,000 times, and the screenshot featuring the creepy face of Momo has spread like wildfire across the internet. Local news hopped on the story Wednesday, amplifying it to millions of terrified parents. Kim Kardashian even posted a warning about the so-called Momo challenge to her 129 million Instagram followers. Well, if Kim Kardashian's getting involved, it's probably got to be serious. I've found that she's a very important member of our society, and her outlook on stuff is something I really respect. So if Kim Kardashian is warning us about this, we really should get on it and take care of it. Anyway, to any concerned parents reading this, do not worry. The Momo challenge is a recurring viral hoax that has been perpetuated by local news stations and scared parents around the world. This entire cycle of shock, terror, and outrage about Momo even took place before, less than a year ago. Last summer, local news outlets across the country reported that the Momo challenge was spreading among teens via WhatsApp. Previously, rumors about the challenge spread throughout Latin America and Spanish-speaking countries. Yeah, that was one of the first things I noticed when this came up. I had seen the face before. I hadn't heard the name Momo or, heard it referred to as the Momo challenge. I hope I'm saying it right. But anyway, so I saw the face before, so I was like, well, this isn't new. I definitely have seen this girl before. What's up with this? So reading this now and seeing that it's come up before, so it's the equivalent to what modern chain emails really is how I see it. When we were younger, you'd get the emails and stuff on a MySpace, where it'd be like, if you don't share this to 10 friends, this will be standing at the foot of your bed when you wake up, and it'd be, something that looks like Momo, some creepy ass girl, or a monster or something. It's just the same thing. And even, which I haven't seen any evidence to show that this is real, but even if it is it really that big of a deal? Sure, it's probably spooking your kid, but I was spooked as a kid, and I turned out relatively alright. I'm sure most of you were spooked about something as a kid, too. It's not and if your kid is, taking advice from this spooky thing that pops up on their screen, then you're probably not doing, your best job as a parent. I'm not saying that you're a bad parent, but I mean, you'd think, you would have your kid know, well, your kid would be able to differentiate at least a little bit between fiction and reality, and they'd be able to say, well, this can't be real. And if they question something like that, they should be able to come to you and, have a discussion about it. But I'm getting a little off topic, sorry. The Momo challenge wasn't real then, and it isn't real now. YouTube confirmed that, contrary to press reports, it hasn't seen any evidence of video showing or promoting the Momo challenge on its platform. If the videos did exist, a spokesperson for YouTube said they would be removed instantly for violating the platform's policies. Additionally, there have been zero corroborated reports of any child ever taking his or her own life after participating in this phony challenge. It's just somebody's tweet. But to kind of go on what he said here, actually. So YouTube's algorithms are pretty good. A lot of times, if you like, I obviously don't have this problem because my channel's small enough that I don't get monetized anyway. But I've heard bigger channels complain that like they swear in a video and like it's demonetized the second that they upload it. So if YouTube can find and demonetize videos based on swearing that happens in a video, there's no reason they wouldn't be able to find. And I'm sure the YouTube Kids app, which is where all of this is alleged to be happening, I'm sure it's even more regulated and harder to get past the checks that the algorithm runs. So if they can catch swearing in a video and demonetize, there's no reason they wouldn't catch something like this happening. So I don't have much to say on that. Momo itself is an innocuous sculpture created by the artist Kiyosuke Aisawa for the Japanese special effects company Link Factory. The real title of the artwork is Mother Bird, and it was on display at Tokyo's Horror Art Vanilla Gallery back in 2016. After some Instagram photos of the exhibit were posted to the subreddit Creepy, it spread, and the Momo Challenge urban legend was born. So it just sounds like it's a creepypasta, really. I'm sure. Actually, I'm sure if I went and checked, I could maybe go back to 2016 on like the creepypasta wiki and find this, and it would turn out that somebody was writing, a creepypasta. I was watching the YouTube app, and one day all of a sudden the face came and told me to kill myself. Something like that. And I'm sure most of you are familiar with creepypasta. For parents today, it can seem like the internet has endless ways of trying to kill your children or pursue. That's silly. Or persuading your children to kill themselves. The so-called Blue Whale Challenge supposedly asked kids to complete a series of tasks that culminated in suicide. The trend later turned out to be a hoax. Local news has warned about recent crazes like teens eating toxic Tide Pods that they weren't. I'm pretty sure that they were. Or potentially choking to death while snorting condoms for YouTube views. No deaths have been reported. Even the cinnamon challenge could supposedly kill you. Alright, to compare us eating cinnamon, well, never me, I never did this for internet fame, but the people of my generation, comparing eating cinnamon to, snorting condoms, eating Tide Pods, or making videos that are telling kids to kill themselves is a bit of a stretch, but alright, whatever. The Atlantic. All of the... Oh, you heard me, huh? How deadly is a spoonful of cinnamon? Good job, Atlantic. You knew I would question that. I'm not going to read that. Anyway, all of these challenges and trends follow the same formula. A local news station runs a piece overstating a dangerous teen trend. Concerned parents flock to social media to spread the word. Actual teenagers and anyone else who live their life extremely online mock them for their naivety. Brands and influence hop on the trend, parodying it and exploiting it for their own gain. And trolls take advantage of those who believe it's real, often by creating and posting content that seemingly confirms parents' worst fears. SNL brilliantly parodied this cycle in 2010. Since then, it has only gotten worse. And to speak on that, I have seen some videos since this has started that show Momo, but I haven't seen any links of any from before the news, before the news and social media started reporting on this. So if they did exist before then, and any of you have a link to a video that's dated more than 2 or 3 days ago that has this happen, I would love to see it. But I mean, the people over on our Elsagate and a bunch of other forums and stuff haven't been able to find it. So if you were to find it, you'd be a hero to the internet at this point. So if you can help anyone out, that'd be brilliant. These trends are part of a moral panic fueled by parents' fears and wanting to know what their kids are up to. Benjamin Radford, a folklorist and research fellow at the Committee for a Skeptic Inquiry, told Rolling Stone, and spreading them can actually end up causing harm. These stories being highly publicized and starting a panic means vulnerable people get to know about it, and that creates a risk. The UK-based suicide awareness charity Samaritans told The Guardian. Some kids can also end up hurting themselves by participating in the trend, ironically. Parents have always felt out of touch with younger generations, but smartphones have seemingly widened that gulf. 60% of teens have created accounts for apps or social media sites without their parents' knowledge, according to a 2016 study by the National Cybersecurity Alliance. And only 13% of teenagers believed their parents understood the extent of their internet use. That gap in understanding has allowed this very specific type of misinformation to flourish. Worried parents shared these hoax stories relentlessly on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. They begged the platforms themselves to do something to fix the mess. Many parents believe that spreading awareness about the latest dangerous craze will help kids stay safe, but they could very well be doing the opposite. The problem is these stories are only ever a distraction. They offer false reassurance and an easy fix to the wrong problem. If you can protect your child from the Momo challenge, the thinking goes, you can protect them from bad things on the internet. Unfortunately, maintaining kids' safety online is a much more complicated and delicate task. This whole Momo is making kids commit suicide as a digital version of playing Beatles records backwards to hear satanic messages, says Ben Collins, a journalist who covers misinformation. It does a real disservice to all the harmful stuff targeting children and teens on YouTube. Alright, so that's basically, I guess there's only these 2 paragraphs. I'll finish up the article. What many parents miss is that the platform themselves often perpetuate harm. Their automated moderation system fail to flag inappropriate content. Their skewed content recommendation algorithms promote extremist beliefs. They don't protect kids after cyberbullying from peers. They milk kids under the age of 13 for money and engagement, and they promote truly gruesome content. The internet is profoundly changing kids' lives in ways that we have yet to understand, and it makes sense that parents want to keep their children safe, but Momo isn't what they need protection from. So this reminds me, this whole Momo situation reminds me of Elsagate. If you're not familiar with Elsagate, it was another YouTube scandal where people would upload videos to the YouTube Kids, and it would be like, Elsa, Anna, Spider-Man, stuff like that, but it would be like, the algorithm would, they'd watch the normal Elsa videos that they would watch on a regular basis, but then through the autoplay feature, other videos would be tagged as Elsa or Spider-Man or, whatever the case may be, but then it would be like a gruesome version of that. Like, I remember I had seen one where it was like Elsa getting a very gruesome surgery, and there's a lot of stuff with needles and self-harm and stuff. It was a really gruesome thing, and that turned out to be true. So when I first heard about Momo, I figured I'd give it a look, but even as that article said, I haven't been able to see any evidence thus far of it being true or not. So we'll keep an eye out for that. My personal belief is this was possibly perpetuated by YouTube itself to cover up this story. I was going to cover this the other day, and then never got around to it, but now that this whole Momo thing happened, it seems a lot more relevant. As fallout over pedophilia content on YouTube continues, AT&T and Hasbro pull all advertisements. So from this headline, you can see that apparently there's been something happening enough in the realm of pedophilia that that AT&T and Hasbro pulled ads. So that's something. So let's get to that. AT&T and Hasbro are the latest companies to pull its ad from Google's YouTube, following reports that pedophiles have latched onto videos of young children, often girls, making timestamps that show child nudity and objectifying children in YouTube's comment sections. So that's a big problem right there off the bat. So I don't have much to say on that. It's pretty self-explanatory. Until Google can protect our brand from offensive content of any kind, we are removing all advertising from YouTube, an AT&T spokesperson told CNBC. The company originally pulled its entire ad spend from YouTube in 2017 after revelations that its ads were appearing alongside offensive content, including terrorist content, but resumed advertising in January. That's in reference to the adpocalypse. I'm sure if you're a YouTube fan like myself, you know about that. They just pulled their entire ad base, whatever, because there were ads going up alongside ISIS recruitment videos, or people doing commentary like myself, but like in a much more vulgar sense, or who had what would be considered problematic viewpoints. So, but that's what that's in reference to. In a statement late Thursday, Hasbro said Hasbro is pausing all advertising on YouTube and has reached out to Google YouTube to understand what actions they are taking to address the issue and prevent such content from appearing on their platform in the future. On Wednesday, Nestle and Fortnite maker Epic Games pulled some advertising. Disney reportedly also paused its ads. So you got people like Epic and Disney pulling ads as well. There's no evidence that AT&T ran ads before any of the videos brought into question by recent reports. Advertisers such as Grammarly and Peloton, which did see their ads placed alongside the videos, told CNBC that they were in conversations with YouTube to resolve the issue. YouTube declined to comment on any specific advertisers, but said in a statement on Wednesday, "Any content, including comments that endangers minors, is abhorrent, and we have clear policies prohibiting this on YouTube. We took immediate action by deleting accounts and channels, reporting illegal activity to authorities, and disabling violative comments." Also on Thursday, Adweek obtained a memo YouTube sent to advertisers that outlines immediate changes YouTube says it's making in an effort to protect its younger audience. CNBC confirmed its authenticity with one of the brands that received the memo. Let's check that out. Okay. YouTube sends memo to major brands and holding companies regarding latest ad safety controversy. Document addresses softcore pedophilia comments. Let's see if we can find the actual... Oh, it's a 20-minute video, so... Let's see if we can find a quick... The quote line is not the first. Pulled ad spending. Okay, I'm not seeing a breakdown of what's on there. Maybe I'll look at it later. Anyway, to continue with this. YouTube said it's suspending comments on millions of videos that could be subject to predatory comments. It's also making it harder for innocent... Okay. Fuck you. Innocent content to attract bad actors. Through changes in discovery algorithms, making sure ads aren't appearing on videos that could attract this sort of behavior, and removing accounts that belong to bad actors. YouTube is also alerting authorities as needed. Hey, look, there's one of the Paul brothers. Anyway, that's what's actually going on with Momo and what I think is probably going on with Momo. I also have a tweet here from YouTube itself that I wanted to read. I forgot, sorry. Oh, no, I seem to have lost it. Oh, there it is, sorry. We want to clear something up regarding the Momo challenge. We've seen no recent evidence of videos promoting the Momo challenge on YouTube. Videos encouraging harmful and dangerous challenges are against our policies. So that's from, what, 2 days ago? When was, let me see here. When was this video? Or this is from February 21st. So let's see if they tweeted anything about that pedophilia stuff when that was relevant. The 21st would be, today's the 1st, so it was 28 days, so it'd be like 8 days ago. There's 3 days, 4 days, 4, 6, February 21st. Set up domino, blah, blah, blah. Congrats, Jimmy Fallon. Yeah, so that's interesting that the YouTube Twitter doesn't have anything about, the pedophile allegations, but they did think it was important to comment on Momo. So that just kind of, in my mind anyway, reinforces what I was saying before, that it's like all a distraction from what's really going on with these the pedophile comments and possible child nudity that's on YouTube. But that's all I got today. As always, if anything else develops in this story, I'll update, but for now, that's all I got. I'm Tyler, and this has been The News.